connecting in with your body, feeling what's going on, doing some movement. So before we start to move, I want to just go ahead and, what I would say, ground into your body. Um, Start to have a felt sense of embodiment. And that looks like just settling into a spot. So find a spot wherever you're at. Maybe you were able to plan for this and you can set up something, or maybe it's a spur of the moment feeling of just wanting to drop in and do something for yourself. Regulate, come back to you. So to do that, it's about feeling what's actually here. And that starts with just noticing physically, physical sensations. It takes a little bit of a quieting down of what's going on around you. So finding that space, ideally away from extra noise and activity. And when we learn to cultivate that felt sense of embodiment, more that we practice going to that place of feeling where we're at right here, right now, the more that we can show up and do that in the midst of the activity that's going on around us. So, your training ground can look quiet, and sometimes that training ground is active noise and interaction of other people in your presence. So just taking in right now what's around you, noticing any sounds, sight, what's in your line of vision, and that can be with your eyes open or closed. Just inviting you to feel out what works best for you. Having eyes open or closed. Noticing the sounds close to you and maybe farther away. Feeling the air touching you, the surface that you're seated on or standing on, the surface underneath you that's supporting you. Maybe noticing the smells. And there's a taste in your mouth from the last thing that you ate or drank, or, just the first taste in your mouth in the morning. These are your felt senses that make you aware and ground you right in the moment. Those are your external senses. And then there's the internal. So it's going inward and feeling the emotions that are inside you, the sensations of your body inside. It can be noticing where something has an ache or pain, and then also noticing parts of your body where there is no ache or pain. Tightness versus suppleness. Noticing whatever emotions you're showing up with in this moment. A sense of feeling at ease, peaceful, safety in your body, or a sense of dysregulation, anxiety, anger, sadness. Noticing how you can have sadness and joy at the same time in your body. Or maybe you're just noticing one very encompassing emotion. Just get curious about that. Get curious about what's here for you. And then allow it to be with you as we move through the practice. Allow it to be here. Holding it, being curious about where it's coming from. Allowing the space for it gives you the opportunity to really feel it. And when something is felt, it can be processed. And if it can be processed, then it can be transformed. And that's what this process is about. And it's a practice. It's a practice for me every time I show up on the mat. It's a practice. So we keep showing up and we keep practicing. As I've been talking and you've been here listening, you've been breathing. Maybe you started to take your awareness to the breath without me even saying anything, just knowing that you're coming into this practice, knowing that breath is a part of it. And maybe you didn't even think about it, but you were just doing it automatically. Whatever the case is, come to that intentional breath. And intentional, it's not just something that is kind of happening on its own, which it does, that automatic thing that the breath does, connected to the autonomic nervous system. But now we're going to actually make the choice to tap into what that breath can be for us. Really noticing, and I can just invite you to place your hands on your body, one on your belly and one on your heart if you so choose, or just the hands in your lap, wherever. Just noticing the breath in your body. Noticing that as you breathe in, parts of you expand and fill up. And as you breathe out, parts of you deflate and get empty. So now that you're noticing it, let's be intentional about how you're doing it. Really focus on breathing in to fill up, filling the belly, expanding the belly. And as that expands, it carries that expansion on up into the chest, maybe all the way up into the shoulders. And you're full. And then as you exhale, it's leaving out of your shoulders, leaving out of your chest, and then leaving out of your belly. And your belly pulls in. That belly button goes in towards the spine. And you pause for a second before you fill up and fill that whole body up again. Maybe you're even imagining that breath, seeing with your mind's eye the breath going from the torso into the legs and the arms. And your whole body is full. And then that exhale comes and it just leaves out of you. And your whole body just deflates down and it's empty. And you can feel that emptiness. And you feel it for a moment before you fill it back up. That pause in between the inhale and the exhale allows you to really feel the fullness, to really feel the emptiness and the difference that that makes, that inhaling and that exhaling. So being intentional with feeling that inhale and feeling that exhale. Start to bring your awareness to what's going on. The body breathing itself. Staying here with that breath, that inhale and exhale. And as my voice has slowed down, the breath maybe has matched that and is following that slower filling up. And then exhaling out. So slowing the breath down. And then even deepening it more. Diaphragm, limbs, filling the whole body. And then exhaling it back out. And if you're able, doing it through your nose, drawing that breath down the pathway from the nose along the vagus nerve, that pathway that connects to all your major organs. You're regulating your body, you're regulating the nervous system. And you can match that inhale and exhale, and that's like a regulatory breath, that, going for a 4 in and a 4 out with some pausing in between. And then to really start to kick in that relaxation response, you exhale a little longer than the inhale. And that's a practice that you work on. That inhale, taking it in for about a count of 4, and then maybe you stretch the exhale to 5. And then the next time or two, you stretch the exhale to a 6. And the next time, 7, 8. Just keep seeing if you can make that exhale longer and longer. You know what, if you wanted to just stay here seated and breathing and going into a breath practice, awesome, go for it. And if you're ready to move, you're feeling more connected in with your body, noticing what's here, what's showing up, you're connecting in with that breath, then let's go ahead and start moving. So ease into this. We've been sitting here for a moment. 2, 3, 4. So ease into shifting to that tabletop position. Flat back, stacking the joints, so we're supporting ourselves. Shoulders over elbows over wrists, hips over knees. You can also come down to forearms. Continue breathing that breath in and out. And we're just going to go ahead and do some movements, some undulating of the spine. So as you breathe in, lifting the chin, lifting the tail, that breath in fills the belly up, it drops down. And then you exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Inhale, again, lifting the chin and the tail. Exhale, rounding. See if you can hear the breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, round. Inhale to come to a flat back again. Use the exhale to tuck the toes under, pressing into that upside down V or downward facing dog. Remember, you can always access the knees or the forearms to modify. Notice if you've stopped the breath, if you've lost that breath, and just come back to the in and out, right? In and out, pressing down and forward with the palms as you breathe in. Exhale, press out of the backs of the legs. Breathe in and breathe out. One more big breath in. As you exhale, drop that right knee down to the mat. Spin that left foot flat, lengthen it out, leaning into that right hand, or you can be on the forearm. Inhale to reach that left hand up to the ceiling. Stay here and exhale. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to stay here. Inhale, stretch through those left fingertips. Exhale, take that arm overhead. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in to reach up. Take that hand down to the mat. Body faces the mat, left leg lifts up and out behind you like you're pressing against a wall. Right hand reaches forward. Right knee and left hand pull towards each other. Engaging the core, keep reaching forward, pressing back, breathing. Inhale, lift a little bit. Exhale, set them down. We're going to switch sides. Left knee stays down, right leg stretches out behind. Leaning into that left hand, breathe in to reach that right hand up. Stay and exhale. Keep your breath moving in and out. You can take your gaze up towards that upper hand. If that's a little strenuous on the neck, you can take the gaze out in front of you. You can tuck that chin a little bit. Feel the spine lengthening out through the neck. Notice what works for you, right? Big breath in. Exhale, arm overhead. Those right fingertips are stretching away from that planted right foot. That right foot is a suction cup, planted. Inhale, reach one more time. Exhale. Inhale to stretch up. And exhale, bring that hand down. Right leg up and out behind you. Left hand reaching forward. Your right hand and your left knee engage and pull towards each other. And that really starts to engage the core, right? Notice how that affects your core. Engage that, stretching forward, pressing back. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, knee down, limbs down. We're going to go to a child's pose from here. So you take the knees out towards the edges of the mat. Big toes come together. Sink the hips back towards the heels. Arms stretch forward and forehead connects to the mat. Continue to breathe, feeling that breath fill you up. And exhale out. Keep the breath flowing. And breathe in again to come back up to that tabletop. Use your exhale to press into that upside down V. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take a breath in to lift that right leg up. As you exhale, bring that knee forward to your right elbow. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, bring that knee forward to your right elbow. Left elbow, sorry. Across your body, you're crossing your body. And then inhale, press that leg back. Exhale, bring that knee forward to your forehead. Inhale, pull that knee up towards your nose. And then use your exhale to plant that right foot down by your right hand. All right. So you're in that runner's lunge position, right? So left hand on the inside of that right foot. You're going to take your right hand to your right knee. As you breathe in, feel like you're lengthening out, like a string pulling out of the crown of your head, stretching that spine out. As you exhale, pressing a little bit into that right leg, twist, turning your body to the right. Breathe in. You find length with that breath in. Breathe out to twist. Breath in and twist again. Inhale. And then with your exhale, you're just going to shift back. You're going to take that right hand on the inside of the right foot, and we're going to counter twist. So left hand to the left hip as you breathe in, lengthen out. As you exhale, turn to the left. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little more. Breath in. Exhale to release down. If you haven't already dropped that back knee, you can go ahead and drop that down. And then you're going to heel toe that right foot across your mat. And you're going to come into a half pigeon. Yes. To whatever degree you can, right? So the right foot comes across to the left side and the knee comes down. Blocks can be great here. Like this might be as far as you can go, right? But you need to stay up on your hands. So my foot slides down a little bit. I can't keep it across the mat. And I start to just bring my upper body down. Maybe you stay like this. Maybe you're on blocks. Whatever degree, you're sinking down over that right leg so that you can feel the stretch in the right hip. And you come back to that breath. You know, when we feel something big, a big sensation can tend to catch our breath, make us hold our breath. So just notice when that happens. It's not right or wrong that you did that. Just notice it and then come back to moving that breath, right? Back to that in and out breathing. And we're going to slowly make our way back up onto our hands if you're not already there. Tucking the left toes under, so you're lifting your body up off of that right leg. And then you're going to just let that leg go back into that plank position. Take a breath in. And exhale to slowly lower down towards the mat, resisting gravity. Elbows in by the sides, release down, untuck the toes, hands underneath the shoulders. As you breathe in, you're pressing up into that baby cobra, baby back bend. Exhale, come down. It's a cobra, not a baby cobra. Then breathe in to press up. Breathe out to come down. And again, breath in, come up. Breath out, touch down. Press up to that high plank. And shifting into that upside down V, pressing your hips back. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, bring that left knee to the left elbow. You're going to pause for a second, then breathe in to press that leg back. Now as you exhale, you're going to bring that knee, the left knee across to your right elbow. Pause for a second, breathe in to press back. As you exhale, bring that knee forward towards your nose. Breathe in to pull it towards your nose a little more. And then use the exhale to plant that left foot by your left hand. So I didn't say it on the other side, but you can always drop down onto that knee of the extended leg. You're going to take your right hand to the inside of the left foot, left hand to the outside of the left leg. Breathe in to lengthen, string pulling out of the crown of your head. Breathe out to twist to the left. Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out to twist. And when you lengthen forward as you breathe in, keep pressing back out of that right heel. Excuse me. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist back to center, plant the left hand down on the inside of that left foot, right hand to the right hip. We're doing a counter twist. Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out to turn to the right. Going to keep that hand on your hip. Exhale to twist. You can reach it up if that works for you. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. Use your exhale to come back to center. If you haven't already dropped that right knee down, go ahead and do it here. Untuck the toes of the right foot. Scoot that left foot across the mat. The knee starts coming down. We call this a half pigeon. To whatever degree your foot might need to slide down, just that. You're getting into that left hip. So as you can stay up on your hands or on a block, or you can slowly make your way down to your personal edge, your 100% in the moment. Come back to the in and out breathing, drawing that breath all the way into where you feel the sensation, imagining it circling around, massaging the sensation that you're feeling, and as you exhale, releasing some of that tension out. Do that again. Breathe in all the way into that sensation. Exhale some of that tension out. Breathe in all the way. Breathe it out. One more big breath in. Release what you're holding on to. Come to your hands, start to make your way back up. You're going to tuck under those right toes, giving some space there. You can stay on the knee, and then you can take that left leg back. High plank position. Take a breath in, and then exhale to slowly lower down, resisting gravity, elbows in by the sides. Release down, untuck the toes. Breathe in as you press up into cobra, your personal edge. Exhale to come down. Strengthening the low back. Breathe in to press up. Breathe out to come down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, touch down. Press to that high plank and upside down V. Big breath in and breath out. Breathe in to lift that right leg up. Breathe out as you step that right foot forward to the right hand. Give yourself some space between the feet so that they're on parallel lines, train tracks. Slowly, as you breathe in, start to bring that upper body up. So now you can always drop this back knee, right? It can be like this. You can be full up. So inhale, start to rise up. You can be on the ball of that back foot, really pressing into that. Or you can be down on the knee. So you're strong in those legs. Start to rise up as you're breathing in, and then reach all the way up. As you exhale, sink down a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. Now spin that back foot flat. Straighten that front leg. Reach up, breathe in. And as you breathe out, You're going to come down over that front leg. So I need to step my back leg in. So I would imagine you might want to try that. Stepping that back foot up a little bit, closing that gap in a little bit. Your upper body is coming down over that right leg. Keep inhaling and then exhaling. As you exhale, maybe you sink in a little more. And then from here, you can take your hand onto that right leg somewhere. Just slowly start to turn towards the left side of your mat, opening up. Stretching that left hand up. You can grab a hold of that right shin. Pull up on it maybe a little bit, or just resting your hand there. Take a big breath in, open. And as you exhale, give a little bend in that front knee. Press into that foot, rise up. Hands to your hips. So you're going to see the back side of me for this one. We're going to do a big straddle. Actually, that's not very nice. I'm going to turn around. And toes in, heels out, big wide straddle. We're going to get shoulders. So if you've got a towel or a strap and that's something that you need to use, grab that. If you need to use one of those and you don't have that, just pretend like you can reach. So right arm up and over. Actually, I am going to do it like this so you can see my arms. So right arm up and over, left arm up the back. I can't quite touch, but I'm just going. I'm moving in that direction. I'm going to breathe in and lift my heart up. And I'm going to exhale and I'm going to bend. Hinge at my hips to fold forward, dropping down. Just still keeping my arms reaching across my back. Toes in, heels out, feet like suction cups. Breathing. Go ahead and release that right hand, and then let the left one come nice and slow out. Bringing it with ease. It's been cranked up your back, so nice and slow. Then walk your hands over to that right leg. Another reason to kind of see it from the back side is when I say to wrap that right arm around, take that around the back side of that calf and take the left hand somewhere on that right leg, maybe down by the ankle. And then keeping the legs planted, you can see I haven't moved my feet. I'm just going to take that upper body in towards the right leg. Start to shift your body forward, kind of like you're rocking forward a little bit, but your feet stay planted and firm. Your upper body pulls in towards the right leg. From here, you're just going to release that leg, and we're going to turn the feet towards the top of the mat. Right foot forward, drop that back knee down. We're going to sink the hips back towards that left heel, and we're going to come onto the heel of the right foot. Okay, so just like that. Walking the hands forward, not back, so walking them forward. And you're sinking the hips down, feeling that stretch down the back side of the leg. You can flex the foot, the right foot, by pulling the right toes towards your head. Come back to that breath. If it's not there, just keep moving back into it. The times that are difficult for the breathing are the transitions, when we're moving from one pose to the next. And so in that is the work, right? The training ground of continuing to move the breath as you change. So when we're changing things, can be a natural place that the breath stops, that we hold the breath. So then the work becomes to continue moving it in those times of change. All right, from here, we're just going to plant that right foot down, pop up on that left foot, hands plant down at the top of the mat, stepping that right leg back. Take a breath in and slowly lower down towards the mat. Release down. One, cobra. Breathe in to press up. Breathe out to come down. Press to that high plank and upside down V. All right, left side. So lift the left leg up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you're stepping that left foot forward to the left hand. And then we're, ideally that left leg is bent, the knee is over the ankle, and then you're rising up as you breathe in. Pressing into the ball of that right foot. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out to sink down. One more breath in. And then you're straightening that front leg. You're spinning that back foot flat, stepping it in. And you're exhaling over that left leg. Just figuring out where your distance is that works for you between your legs. And you fold it over with that exhale. Maybe you need to lengthen again a little bit more with the breath in. And exhale, sink down maybe a little more. A little bend to that left knee. The chest comes in towards that left thigh. If your hands are not able to be on the ground, this is a great place for blocks. Keep using the exhale to sink in just a little bit more. And then from here, breathe in to slowly start to rise up. Going into another straddle stretch. So we're going to turn the left toes in, right toes turn in, big straddle, toes in, heels out. Going again into the shoulder stretch with this. So left arm this time up and over the left shoulder, right arm up the back. And again, I'm not using a towel or strap. I have one here, but I just wanted to show you that you can do this without that, just by moving in that direction, right? Just going in that direction. All right, so got my right hand up the back, my left hand over the shoulder. Inhale, lift the chest up a little bit, lean back. Use the exhale to hinge at the hips and come forward, allowing that upper body to drop in. Keeping the arms still in that shoulder stretch. Your feet are suction cupped to the mat, to the ground, and you're breathing. See if you can maybe rock forward towards those toes, yet keep the whole foot engaged. Big breath in. Exhale, sink a little more. Release the arms. That left one out fairly easily. And then that right one, nice and slow. Walking your hands over to the left leg. So your feet stay planted. Nothing changes about your legs or feet. Right hand to that left ankle, left arm around the back side of that left leg. And again, everything I say is a suggestion. You listening to your body and what you're able to do is the most important part of this. Bringing the upper body in towards that left leg. So just moving in that direction. Continue that breath in and out. And then we're going to release from that leg, come back to center. From here, turning the left toes towards the top of your mat. Hands planted down at the top, taking that left leg back into that plank position. Take a breath in here, and then exhale to slowly lower down. Release to the ground, untuck those toes, breath into that cobra, pressing into the mat with the palms, lifting that upper body up, finding your sweet spot. Exhale, come down, all the way to the ground. One cheek to the earth. Yeah, just feel the whole body supported by the ground. The whole front side of the body lying here supported by the ground. Yeah, and don't get too comfortable. Bend your knees. Reach back and grab feet, ankles, shins. And if you're like, nope, can't do that, that's okay. So that's where we go back to we kind of pretend we can, and we just move in that direction. Same as how we did the shoulder stretch. You can also use a towel or a strap to reach around and grab those legs if you have that. So you can actually grab them if you're able. You can use a towel, strap, something to loop around and grab them, or you can just pretend to grab them. You can just bend your legs, reach back with your arms, and pretend like you're grabbing a hold, or you can just lay here and feel supported by the ground without doing it. I'd like you to see what your 100% in the moment is. So then from there, pressing the hands into, the feet into the hands, noticing the holding of the breath, and come back to that in and out breathing. Big breath in, and then exhale and release everything back down to the mat. This time take your other cheek to the earth. Whole body lying here on the ground. The whole body supported in this moment. From here, taking the hands underneath the shoulders. Breathing in, pressing up into that cobra. So we're going to make our way to our back. You can just roll over as you exhale to come down, or you can press it up to that plank, down into that down dog, and then to your knees, crossing the ankles, and rolling over onto your back. Two different ways of doing that. Probably more than two. I just showed you two, so I'm sure you can think of other ways. Grab your arms around your legs, squeeze in, maybe a little rocking side to side. That massages that low back. You can grab a hold of the knees and together circle the knees around in a big circle. That's also a nice little massage for the low back. Switching that direction. And come back to center. All right, so from here, we're going to take both legs straight up to the ceiling, arms reaching forward, lifting the arms up about, 12 inches off the mat. Drop your right leg to that same height. Lifting the shoulders up off the mat. This is where we're going to do a little work without really seeing. You can't really see it, right? So right now, I'm trying to get my forehead to my left knee. So forehead to knee, knee to forehead. Keep reaching forward out of the fingertips, pressing forward out of the sole of the right foot, and then switch your legs. Again, knee to forehead, forehead to right knee. Reaching forward with the fingertips, pressing forward out of the sole of the left foot, and breathing. And both legs up. Arms, fingertips reach up towards the toes. Reaching, trying to reach. If you can touch your toes, that's Not necessarily the goal, because obviously I either have short legs or long arms to be able to do that, but it's to reach and engage that core. It's not going to give you a six pack, but boy, is it going to help support that low back, right? We did things to engage the back, strengthen the back. Now we're engaging the core to strengthen the core. The back and the core support each other, helps with back problems, right? Keep reaching up. Maybe you've already stopped. Exhale, release down. You can slowly lower your legs here. I like to use this as a reverse leg lift. Slowly dropping down, engaging that core as I slowly bring the legs down to the ground. Release down. All done. Almost all done. Right knee up into the chest. Grab a hold of that right knee. Squeeze it in. Left hand to the right kneecap. Right arm to the outside. Knee across the body to the left side of the mat. Eyes turning to the right. And coming back to that breath. Shoulders touching the ground. Rotating the right ankle. That just came to me and that sounds so good. So pick one direction to rotate that ankle, a few turns, and then switch the other direction. Okay, now shift to your back. Squeeze that right knee in tight and switch the legs. So that right one straight down the mat, left knee in, right hand to left kneecap, taking that knee across your body as you open the left arm to the side, turning your eyes to look at that left arm. Noticing that breath in and out. Rotating that left ankle. So pick one direction, circle it around, and then switch, circling it the other way. Now make your way to your back. As you come to your back, squeeze the left knee in, squeeze the right knee in. Both knees are squeezing in. Here's where you can try to get as small and tight as possible, squeezing everything you can think of, and then those things that you don't even think of normally, squeeze them. And then spring free, release, stretch it out, arms overhead, fingertips and toes in opposite directions. Big breath in as you really stretch. Use the exhale to relax into your final resting pose. Bring your arms so that they're just out a little ways from the body, palms facing up. Let your breath go back to a natural place where you're not thinking about it. Lift the shoulder blades up a little bit, tuck them underneath you, and then come down and feel how that opens across your chest. So this is your final resting pose. We drop into it and there's a release of tension, a release of that ongoing awareness of the breath. And yet, here in this moment, there might still be things that you're holding on to. So see if you can allow yourself to be 10% more relaxed. What can you do in this moment to feel 10% more relaxed? Allow the energy that you just created with your body, allow that to just soak in and settle in. The time and space that you allowed for connecting with yourself, allow that to really land for you, that you intentioned to take care of you in this time. And even if you didn't think about it being an intention, showing up and doing it is just that. Noticing what's showing up here for you, the sensations, the thoughts, the emotions. Allowing them to be there, to look at them, and then notice them move on by as you come back to just being with your breath here in the moment. You can choose what you focus on and how long something stays in your awareness. You have that choice. Choosing gratitude, choosing if you suffer or not, right? Choosing showing up for yourself in a way that you're taking care of you. That choice is all yours. You can stay here as long as you want, turning the video off and just laying here, soaking it in. Or you can go ahead and turn to your right side with me and then ease up into that seated position. Feel the sit bones connected to the ground. You're grounded in this moment, supported here by the surface underneath you. Hands in your lap or at your heart center. Noticing what's with you here in this moment. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Inhale and exhale. Thanks for practicing with me.